Hey, good morning, Tim and Symphony. Actually, we're about 45 minutes out from high tide. It's a 10:45 high tide here. The wind still a little gusty, actually some peaks of sun, but the real story here has been the waves, which have been crashing up over the seawall here, and we've got water that's flooding here into the Bayview Beach neighborhood. If you take a look, you can see some water that's been flowing down here, and this is actually feet deep down there. They've actually had to open the garage to this house. The water was flowing in anyway. This is obviously salt water, so you never want to drive through any water, but especially salt water, because that can be terrible for your cars. We've got some more water that looks like it's going to be flowing down here in a second. I was actually just talking to one of the longtime homeowners here. This is an area that has been ravaged by storms like Sandy and Irene in years past. So comparatively, this is a fairly run-of-the-mill storm. Those storms devastated this neighborhood and devastated the Milford area. If you want to come into the conversation, we were just chatting about the storm. Good morning.
Good morning.
You were telling me you've been here for 20 years, so you've
Yes.
seen quite a few.
Yes, we've had a lot of storms. This is pretty mild. I mean, it is breaching the beach, but and it's hard for the homeowners that we'll see that it's pooling below by their garages and stuff. So there's a lot of loss still, even though the city has given us a great new drain system here.
And you actually raised your house
Yes.
after Irene?
Yes, it took a few years after Irene, but we received an Irene grant to help us afford to raise the house, and we had to do that. So a lot more stairs, but we're out of the main storm's way for the most part. So
Last night you were rocking and rolling, though. You said that it was
Yes.
tough sleeping.
it was very, very windy. I mean, the whole house shook, really. I went from room to room to try to find a place where one could sleep. But it was, but that's just part of sort of living by the Long Island Sound.
And you moved your car up out of here at 5 this morning?
I did move it up. Yep, the sirens came off. Thank you, Milford. And, you know, I know that folks are working hard. I mean, Milford has a great team that has been trying to work on the flooding, and we all really appreciate that. But there's probably a little more to be done, but there's no fighting Mother Nature, really.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We love the hat, by the way.
Thank you.
Hang in there. We appreciate it.
Great, have a good day.
Thanks. And you can see the sun breaking out here actually now, believe it or not, but high tide still about 45 minutes away. Pockets of moderate flooding in this area. We've heard of splashover on shore roads. Really here, it's water that's draining down into this neighborhood that is the real issue. And then, of course, the water's here. Once the tide recedes, the water may not go with it because this is a low-lying area. So we'll have to see how that plays out into the afternoon. That's the latest live in Milford. I'm meteorologist Ryan Breton, Fox 61 News.